Hi guys, you're watching Soleful Discussions.
Alright, so hi and welcome back for the fifth time, which is one of my favorite numbers, number 5. Alright, so we're back, we're out here. You just came from pedicure number, what is this, number 4?
Yes,
Pedicure number 4.
Pedicure number 4.
Pedicure number 4.
But it ties into pedicure number 1.
Exactly. So, you're back out here. Traditional interviews, kind of like we're kind of going away from that a little bit now.
Yes.
Right? We're focusing more on, first of all, helping you create content for yourself,
Thank
for
you.
your Instagram, helping you create more content for your own fans that you just started.
Yes.
But more importantly, like you're also here to like kind of give advice and things like that to some of the guys out there, right?
Yeah, I get a lot of messages from a lot of you guys, which I welcome. And some of them tend to be repetitive at the same time. So I've said, why not? Let's go ahead and answer some of these questions that not only this individual might have, but other individuals might have as well. So first and foremost is, how do I tell a girl I have a thing for feet? All right. And to me, we kind of talked about this in the 4th interview. We got Kim Kardashian, who's really shaped the beauty standards of like boobs and butt and everything. But everybody makes fun of her toes. You know, they're like, oh, she messed up the Photoshop or this and that. And it's like, so we pay attention to boobs and butt. And the moment we find a flaw on feet, we're like, oh my God. Like we were like, something's off. But feet is a normal body part that belongs to us. So if we're going to normalize boobs and butt, we need to normalize feet. They're not photoshopped, you know, and you have a lot of self-care as well. So if you want to tell your girl, hey, look, I admire this body part a little bit more than the other feminine body parts, there's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of the messages that I get is emotions of shame and guilt. And we were tying reflexology to emotions and mental health, because shame and guilt go a long way at the end of the day. So if you want to be open and truthful to yourself, you can't be having that shame and guilt all the time. So you got to acknowledge it and say why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. So you're feeling shame and guilt because society has told you it's not normal to have this fetish. But quite a reality, it's normal to have any fetish as long as you're not hurting anybody, because we're all human. We all find beauty and art in different body parts, and who are we in society to judge others? So again, if you want to let your girl know, like, hey, I have a thing for like toes or like sprinkles or little things like that, just let her know, like, I just find this body part a little bit more attractive than the normal person, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I just want to let everybody know, like, there's no shame and guilt, and you confessing that, especially when someone that you want to date or want to take serious, or that you're even in a relationship with, because sometimes I get a lot of messages. It's like, oh, this is a backup plan because I don't want anybody else to know I have a fit fetish. And it's sad because you're like shaming yourself and you're hiding your identity, and it's not good, because then you're not being truly genuine. And part of being yourself is to be a genuine person. And if you walk out, and this is why I admire the LGBT community, the drag queens, again, ties back to my first interview. You asked me, what's a quirk of mine? Drag queens. Why? Because they don't give a fuck. They'll do whatever they want, to whatever they need to make themselves feel happy and have self-worth. And that's important, you know? And it takes a lot of bravery to live an authentic, genuine life instead of living a lie that society tells you. So when you want to say, hey, I have like a little thing for feet, don't feel any shame of it. It's a body part, it's a functioning body part, it has sensitivities, and you can definitely incorporate it in so many different ways, whether it be self-care, getting pedicures all the time, or whether bringing it into your relationship, or, you know, hiding certain sensations. There is nothing wrong with that. So that's definitely something I wanted to bring up, because again, it happens all the time, and there should be no shame or guilt in that emotion, and you just liking something not like that's mainstream.
Now let me ask you this, because like you said, shouldn't feel shame. It should be something that you should address and like let the person know, like, hey, this is something I like. guy saying that to them was that it was too soon. So like, hey, we went out on 2 dates, and then like he busts out to me and tells me like, hey, can I get a foot pic? Or hey, like this is something I'm into. Do you think that it's more about the person you meet? Should you like be open right away, or what are your thoughts? Like, how would you think about that?
I think, again, it ties into the first interview. I have this whole like 2-week process.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take the time to know people at least 2 weeks. You don't want to reveal or disclose anything too personal within yourself that might take you out from the drawing in that sense. So I would probably wait even a month, because you want to know and engage their comfort zone, because a week, 2 dates, or even 3 dates, it's not enough, because you're barely like crossing over the little like thin like starting line, or like halfways, and you still have to cross it. And especially with the women, they're so sensitive to a certain extent. I'm one of them, so I can say that. I'll talk my shit as always, but I think if you give it a month and you really ask them, what are you into, and you kind of gauge it, and then you can kind of slowly disclose it. But I don't want to say you have to be up and open about it, because some women find it rude. But some women might thinking like you're just being a typical guy, just talking out of your ass and not thinking about how it's going to make me feel. So you got to think about it in a different approach. That's how I see it.
So do you also think it could be based on the woman, right? Because like
Yes.
we see somebody who's more open to things like that. So depending on maybe the way it's going with her, will actually like allow you to be able to like determine that, right?
Yeah, and it just depends where you're going, and the openness of things, and how the communication is so important, and that's a lot of people don't have it, and you'll be surprised that communication can go a long way if you know how to communicate the right way. If you don't know how to communicate and you just like say things bluntly and open, for a woman it might come across as rude, and you're just not like being empathetic towards them, and you might not see it that way. You're like, well, I'm just being honest, but you just kind of have to cater it to your audience. I cater to a different audience through my pages. I cater to a certain audience on my Instagram, and now I cater to a certain audience on my OnlyFans. So I have other requests for other audience that want to hear a different perspective. So am I going to create different outlets to satisfy that audience? Yes. So you also got to be aware who you're dating. Who is this girl? Who is this guy? Who is this person that you're dating? And how comfortable do they feel with these things as well, Because if they're not comfortable with their body, if they have insecurities, and you're like, hey, I have a thing for feet, and they're like, don't take care of the feet, they're going to be like, oh my God, don't touch them, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, well, what response do you think you were going to get from someone who doesn't take care of the feet? Were you being observant in that sense? Did you know how to word it? So you can definitely...
Pedicure first.
Yeah, did you treat her like one thing girls like is to be pampered? There's nothing better than saying to the nail tech, oh yeah, no, like my boyfriend's paying for it, or like the person I'm seeing is paying for it. There's nothing better. Trust me, I would know. I would know. I was like, oh, I'm not paying for that. I was like, he got that one. Or the other one, oh no, he got that one. Not to sound like everywhere, but it does tell you a lot about yourself. So I would definitely say don't say it abruptly. You want to observe, you want to kind of have like a little, like I said, like a little wait period. Get that feel. If it's a month, it's a month. You don't want to make it too soon. Like, I wouldn't meet people if they did not be consistently messaging me for 2 weeks straight. They weren't worth my time. So you kind of have to create that system for yourself in order to find that right girl who's going to be okay with you too.
All right, so now let's talk a little bit about, you said that you want to talk a little bit about why you got to the foot community.
Yes.
What your purpose for all this is. You want to go ahead and break that down for everybody?
So obviously the foot community has always been calling me since I was a kid. I would probably want to say it since I was a teen. I always got compliments on my feet, on my arches, on the way they looked, and I love self-care. I love pedicures. One thing that I grew up is giving my mom pedicures. That's something I've never disclosed. My mom and I had a bonding experience with pedicures, and I would cut her nails and I would paint her toenails. Of course, I would say my toes are prettier. I was like, oh, you got pigeon feet, but my toes are prettier. I'll make them as pretty as I can do it. But it gave me the passion to want to open a nail salon, you know? And I kind of told that myself, with time, I'm going to get into the beauty business and I'm going to do like organic beauty products and hopefully just kind of like take over that realm. So that's the passion that keeps me in this community, because I want to change things. You know, I want to have a nail salon for everybody. You know, whether you be LGBTQ, whether you're a male, whether you're Muslim, whether you're female, whether you're with your boyfriend, whatever you consider yourself, you're a human. You deserve a place to be pampered and have self-care. And everybody deserves that, because it brings everybody smiles. And if you feel happy, other people feel happy for you, right? Because you're going to be excited to wear those sandals, or just, you know, even if you're a guy, just like, man, I just got a fresh pedi and I want to just feel the air and not have my feet stink or something. And that's okay. There should be no shame in that. And that's another thing that I've seen. It's like guys getting pedicures. Yep. There's a lot of shame. There's like, well, like, I can't walk in and get a pedicure because I feel ashamed. Why? Why are you feeling ashamed of having self-care? Because it's not mainstream, because we're not told. Like, as far as I know, my dad always told me to take care of yourself, make sure you always smell good, you groom yourself so you can feel good about yourself. You feel good about yourself, other people see it, and I see it as an adult now. So that's something I would definitely say, like, create that environment where self-care and like it's normal, you know? It's not gonna be weird. It's not gonna be a fetish. It's not gonna be like, oh my God, this and that. It's normal. It's boobs and butts. Like I said, we got the fucking Kylie Jenner. Like, everybody wants to look like her. Well, can we at least have unique, cute feet and not everybody look like a replica of themselves? And that's why I want to create this salon, because I want to create a salon that no one has seen, that everybody has a place for, and where you can showcase a creative outlet and feel good and walk out the best. So my whole purpose to be in this community goes beyond just like showing off my genetics to a certain extent. It's normalizing and contributing positive things into society. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. I think there's a misconception of, oh, she's just doing this for the money. It's like, no, this money is gonna go back into a salon so you can admire other people's feet in the long run. And you're gonna thank me, because you're gonna be like, where did she go? And they're gonna be like, oh, she went to that salon. That salon, you know, that salon owner, she's goat. She's goat. So I was like, all right, so if I'm in the community and I'm gonna own a salon, it just makes sense for me to understand who is in the community and how to cater. So again, it's all about normalizing it, not only here, but worldwide. Worldwide, where I get messages from Spain, Italy, Greece, South Africa. I got one from like Ireland. I get messages from South America, all over the world. And they're like, we want to normalize this as much as Americans can walk around and feel so free, because it is a taboo where we're coming from. And it shouldn't, because at the end of the day, it's still a regular body part. I mean, it shouldn't be sexualized all the time, but it shouldn't be shunned upon just because you're showing it off. It's not like you have your dick out either. Like most people.
Absolutely. I think there was one other thing that we wanted to go over, right? Did we hit them all? I think we hit them all.
Yeah, I think we did hit.
All right, so lastly, can we see what those shoes look like? Right?
Yes.
This is a new, fresh Pedicure, right?
New, fresh
So
pedicure.
first of all, this is going to be something a little bit different. I'm going to give this to you,
Okay.
so we can get the angle over there
All right, the angle
for you
over
looking
here,
at your
yes.
own feet. Yeah.
All right.
So we got a different coat
like-
here.
You gotta do the lighting.
Yeah, you got to do the lighting. Hold on, let me get out of there. All right. There it is. Nice. All right. And so what you said, what brought on this purple again?
I had gotten a few requests request for purple, and I wanted to bring the lilac back.
Yeah.
So,
Because the lilac's from the first.
Yeah, lilac's from the first, but we did it with the French tip, so as you can see.
Something a little different,
A
right?
little different.
The same, but the more things change, the more they stay the same, right?
Yeah. So I'm always in adventure. So I was like, there we got behind the scenes. This is what we see.
Nice. All right. So let's get you to put them back. Kind of scoot back just a little bit there.
You want me to hold this?
Yeah. Just kind of point it down towards your toes right there. Kind of see that. So you guys, while you guys are looking at her, she's looking down at her own feet.
Yeah, I got my own camera.
There it is. That's the Envilicious POV right there. All right.
No dirty thoughts behind that POV comment, right?
All right, all right. Cool. Let's get you to cross one over the other. All right. Cool. All right. Let's get you to cross one the other way. All right. Beautiful. All right. And so, like I said, this was like a little bit of a different interview, so it wasn't the same, concept, but it was a little bit different. How did this one feel?
It feels more like I'm the director.
There it is.
I'm
directing. I'm out here checking it out.
I feel like I'm the Cardi B of like the feet world.
Loving it.
I'm the creative director. So
Nice. You can even take pics too while you like that. So hit the white.
I was trying to flip the camera.
If you hit the white.
I know you can take pictures.
Yeah. If you want to flip it there.
Yeah, but you have to pause it to flip it.
All right. Cool. So let's wrap from here. Now, guys, I did want to hit on one. So we're gonna hit on one last thing. You guys are always talking about like different content. People are always giving me props on great content. Just let you guys know we shoot a lot of different things for the member section. So different things that you guys might want to see or whatever like that that we can't show on YouTube. The fact that YouTube does like censors that type of stuff. So like I'm just letting you guys know if there's stuff you guys want to see, you can go hit Envilicious up. She has all kinds of content. Or you can check out the member section. Member section is only $5.99, okay, at the highest, all right? That's nothing, all right? If you buy coffee every day, we're talking about $5.99 a month, all right? Something that we can all do. So, once again, thank you for being back out here.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys for watching, all right? And we'll see you guys on the next one.